There we go. All right, figured it out one way or another.
Yeah.
So today we're going to make a few different smart plans. The first one's already been made for us by Sydney Seymour. She's our regional tech trainer. She's amazing. It's amazing. It actually combines either 4 or 5 different smart plans into one and automatically adds your contact to them as those days go on. We will have one if y'all like to do one for social media. So whenever you're running your Facebook campaign, Instagram campaign, stuff like that, whenever you get a lead that's captured, it'll automatically send it to command, and you can set a trigger to where it'll automatically put them on that smart plan, notify you to reach out to them and stay up on it. That's going to be another big one. And another one that I really like, and I think will really help us grow our businesses, is the post sold. Because all too often we forget about them whenever that transaction is done, they kind of go to the wayside. And that's how somebody else winds up selling them house next time or selling their house. We don't want that. I don't want y'all selling my houses. I love y'all, but those are my people. They're not yours. So, of course, first thing you want to do, obviously add your contact. For our purposes, this gentleman's name is going to be Billy Bob Sr. There's 3 of them. You want to have your email, obviously. Let's see. I think I already have this one. You know what? We'll just go ahead and use my contact instead. And ignore all this. I know it looks terrible, but that's my personal one.
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I am really new to Keller Williams, like a week new.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you. Is this a good place for me to start in this training? I got the email and just wanted to jump on.
I would say, yeah, the more training you get, the better. I
Okay.
don't think there's any training that's not a good place to start, honestly. We will pretty much, as you can see, we're starting with the contact. So we're starting from the very beginning. And as long as you know how to, do you know how to make a contact?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of all of this. One second here, y'all. Stand by for me. All right, so we'll start from the very beginning, from creating a contact all the way to getting all of their information put in the system, to adding them to a smart plan, and how to actually create that smart plan as well. First thing you want to do is get over here to your contacts. You'll start at your dashboard. There's a little guy. That's going to be where you add your contact. Add contact. We'll just use my name for simplicity's sake. I know that's not the right way to spell sales, but AT&T, thank you for a spam account. All right, so we are going to, this is something that you can do from the very beginning, or you can do once you get into the process. You want to have their birthday. We have birthday smart plans that will automatically remind you to send out a postcard. It will send them a text for you if you want it to. It'll completely automate the process besides sending out the birthday card. It'll remind you to send them an email, to give them a call, everything. Let's say I closed on my home February 1st of 2021. I have a spouse. Oh, we won't even worry about that part. So from here, you will come over here to the little checklist with the little mark on it. That's going to be where we start SmartPlans. So you can do this part with me if you'd like, so you're not trying to catch up later. Our first smart plan that we're going to use is called 36 Touch Carolinas region. So if you come over here to the SmartPlans applet, open library. All you gotta do, type in Carolinas, and it should come up. Should be your fourth one, second row, second to the right.
What was it called? Carolina.
Carolinas, you just type in Carolinas, and then it's the second row on the right hand side. It's going to be your 36 Touch Carolinas region.
Mine's, it's not 2x2, so,
Oh, okay.
and there's a few called 36 Touch.
Yep, 36 Touch. Did I say 32?
I don't know if you said maybe. It's okay.
We're all ready? Okay. So click add smart plans. You're going to see here, it's going to tell you you need to add these other smart plans. These are all automatically integrated in. From here, once you add this one and you add your contact to it, you do not even have to do anything with these. They take over automatically. So it'll automatically remind you to put them on a neighborhood nurture. Let's say you have a seller, right? And they are thinking about selling, but they're not really sure just yet. You want to keep them up to date on what's going on in their market and their certain neighborhood that they live in. You add them to a neighborhood nurture. That's going to be a different class altogether or a different video. We'll see how that works out. Basically, they will get bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, they'll get an update on what houses have sold in their area, what they sold for, what the market's doing, how long houses are sitting on the market. That might help them make that push to sell. It's also good for buyers. If you have a buyer that knows where they want to be, you can set them up in the area and they'll get houses every 2 weeks. Obviously, in our current market where houses are going like that, might not be as useful at the moment, but when things slow down a little bit, it might be a little bit more of use. You have your quarterly call plan. This is basically going to put them on a quarterly call plan. Every quarter, you will be notified to give them a call and check in with them, see how things are doing, how's mom and pops, how's the kids, that kind of thing. The birthday plan is exactly what it sounds like. This, whenever you put, this is why it's so important to put this information into command. Whenever you gather a contact, it will see their birthday. Okay, it will see their birthday and automatically, we'll walk through it in a moment here, but automatically remind you to send out a birthday card, give them a call, shoot them a text on the day of their birthday, all the things. Same thing with their home anniversary. So once you download all of these, you should see a button that says download. You download all 4 and download the actual plan. I already have it, so obviously it's going to give me an error. That will then show up in your smart plans. See, I got a little bit going on here. And while we're at it, here's I think that's it. Make sure. Oh, here we go. Here's the birthday smart plan. So this is actually a Keller Williams plan. That's why it's able to see their information on the contact and automatically take that and notify you whenever it's time to give them a call or shoot them over a postcard. So here you'll see create task. So your first task, the day that you set it, it will delay that until I believe it's 6 days out. It will remind you to send them a postcard, delay for 1 day. So on day 5, it will remind you to give them a call. So it's going to be the day before their birthday.
What are you under? View steps?
So what's that?
Are you under view steps?
Edit. I believe view steps will do it as well on some people's. This isn't super important. I'm just kind of showing you how the birthday post works or the birthday smart plan works.
That was like the little pencil across the top.
Right.
All the way, on the right-hand side, under actions.
Thank you.
You see that?
It's every time it says add smart plan and I go to hit, and I hit add smart plan, the success and download are not there.
I think you actually already downloaded it.
But then I just went into view steps and it wouldn't let me. It's not that. Maybe not this.
So you may have to go back to the actual smart plans and find it in there.
Did you try to put it into a?
Okay, that's where it came. Okay,
So I just went back to my smart plan, this, oh, right here.
there we go. Okay, thank you, Becky.
Perfect.
Actions.
Good to go? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically this is just showcasing what exactly you can do. You can create tasks for everything, whether it be automated. So this one's just telling you whenever you see create a task, it's just telling you that you need to do that thing. It's not doing it for you. However, keep going down, send text. You'll have one that says send text, and we'll get into this when we actually build a smart plan together. It'll automatically send this out. You can connect your Twilio account and set it to automatically send this text. So you don't have to remember to text this person, it'll do it for you. And the beauty behind it is whenever they text you back, because it's using your number, it's not using some random number. Whenever they text you back, you'll get that text. And you'll also see it pop up in command as well. Now we'll go ahead and jump into our 36 touch. And we'll go to edit. So my recommendations, because everybody's situation is a little bit different. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, so everybody's situation is a little bit different. Maybe you don't want to set them up on a neighborhood smart plan. Maybe you're at the very beginning of your relationship with them. You can actually come in here. I can't do it because it's active, but you can actually come in here and click the X on any of these steps and it will get rid of it for you. You should be able to do that if you look at it. And this is under edit. So basically what the 36 touch plan is going to do is going to give you a way of touching somebody 3 times a month for 12 months, right? We should be contacting our people, or they should be hearing from us, whether it be a call, a text, an email 3 times a month. Could be 2 texts, could be 3 emails, whatever the case is, as long as they're hearing from you 3 times a month, that's all that really matters. So the day that you add them to this, it's going to tell you to clean up their contract or their contact. That is whenever you find out their phone number, their email, birthday. If you sold them a house, you will add their home anniversary. Yeah, so if you sold them a house, you will add their home anniversary. And it reminds you, if you don't have all of this information, it's time for a phone call to go and get that information so we can get it put in there and it can start doing its job. From there, it will automatically add them to these smart plans. The first one's going to be that neighborhood watch. Like I said, some people they don't really use it. So that's up to you whether or not you want to keep it in there or get rid of it altogether. For this to work, you do have to have them added to a neighborhood. So that's another part that, let's say you're setting this up for a buyer, right? And you know where they want to be. They want to be in Southview, let's say Elk Run neighborhood. So you'd go in and actually put them into the Elk Run neighborhood. That'll come in a later video and y'all will be able to see that part in action, how exactly that works. So once you get all their information, it will add them to the neighborhood smart plan. Unless you take it out, it will automatically add them to your quarterly call, meaning that you should be calling them every quarter. They should at least get a phone call from you. It'll add them to your birthday smart plan as well. That's that one that we were just discussing about sending out the postcard, posting on their Facebook or Instagram, happy birthday, whatever the case may be, giving them a phone call, shooting out a text, that kind of thing. Home anniversary, obviously, if you don't sell them a home, this is one that you would take out. There's no need for it to be in there. Once you do sell them a home, then you can add it back in. Social media interaction, basically doesn't have to be real estate related. It just wants you to add them to your Facebook, add them to your Instagram, whatever it may be, and interact with them. That's part of keeping up with them and making sure that you stay on top of their mind so they don't go use somebody else. And then here we see again, it'll automatically send them a text. You can set this to say whatever you want. And this, again, we will get deeper into once we create our own smart plan together. I will actually show you how to automatically fill out the name. It will add your app. If you have an app set up for KW, it'll add your app. You can have it add your name and your number and the firm, all kinds of stuff. So this one is basically shooting them over your app. That's set to do it automatically. You can also create a text task if you'd rather do it yourself. And something I love about SmartPlans is we all get those texts from people that want us to do business with them, right? And it's always the same exact text. And you can tell it's a robot. You can tell it's not an actual person. It's always saying the same exact thing. SmartPlans helps to take that out of the equation altogether. If you click on dynamic text, you can actually set as many texts as you want so that whenever this cycles back through, at the end, you'll add a restart SmartPlan until you either sell them the house or maybe they move, whatever the case may be. Even if they move, you really do want to still stay up with them because referrals are a thing. But you can put in different texts so that they're not getting that same annoying text every single time. And it takes the roboticness out of SmartPlans, basically. And you can add, I think it's as many as you want, really. Yeah,
Just
Oh,
so
rotate through them.
yeah, exactly. So as it gets back to this step, so once we get all the way down to the bottom, and well, this one has in SmartPlan, but you can make it restart. It'll go all the way back up. It will start going back through unless you want to take out certain steps. And then, so let's say it sent this one first. The next time it rotates around, it will send this text. And that's with any text task that you put into SmartPlans. So that includes your Facebook Smart Plan, your posts sold, whatever the case may be. That's not just this particular one. It'll remind you to send out an email. Thank you for your support. Within this, you can actually either send out a design. If you make a design within SmartPlans, which again, we will have another class on that, where we really get into designs and everything that it can do. If you make a design in SmartPlan, or if you make a design in Command, you can actually take that design and put it into an email so that it sends it out to them. And it's not just a generic, ugly email. You know, it adds some life to it, adds some personality. Or you can make it simple. If you just want it to be, hey, I hope you're doing well, reach out whenever you have a second. And you'll see underneath each of these steps, you have what's called set a delay or set delay. So if you say, let's say for day 20, all right, for day 20, it sends them the text. That's going to be, at this point, it should be your second or third, your second touch. So day 20, it'll send out the automatic text. And then you want to remember on day 30 of the month to give them a call and check in on them. Again, hey, how you doing? Everything going good? That kind of thing. You can set a delay. So day 20, and you want to set this says 15, but you can set a 10-day delay. And again, we'll do that once we get into making our own. Set a 10-day delay to where it will wait 10 days and then let you know that you need to do that task, which could be an email, could be a text, could be a call, whatever you want it to do. And then after another 15 days, it will remind you to give them another call and see. So this would be for somebody that like a nurture, like a long-term nurture or short-term nurture. You want to make sure that you're on the same page and make sure that they're still working towards buying that house and that their situation hasn't changed. And if it has, how can you help them get steered back towards purchasing a home or selling? What you can do to help them, basically. So that's what this task is going to be, is basically check path of contact. So basically you're wanting to make sure that we are all on the same page and see what direction they're planning on going. And again, it'll just continue the same thing, just over and over until you tell it to stop. It'll remind you to keep staying up with these people. So that's the 36 touch. Super, I know it looks complicated, I'll say this. I know a lot of this looks complicated, it looks daunting. I'm about to show you how I will try to get this on Zoom as well. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do so with the whiteboard. But I will roll it over so that y'all on Zoom and on the recording can actually see what we did. There's a way that I am one of those people, and maybe y'all are too, where I can't connect with a computer. I need to be able to do it by hand, right? So right there, I was making one earlier today. That's basically how I do it, is I will take a sheet of paper and actually write down, what do I want to do? What do I want the smart plan to do? What's my end goal? Write down your end goal, and I'll go up there and do it right now, and we'll actually do it together. And then we'll take that and move it into command so y'all can see the whole process from the very beginning to the very last step. Let's go ahead and go back. Yes, discard. We're going to hit create. All right, so what is a smart plan that y'all wish you had? What's something that you wish you could automate or have command remind you to do more often?
The thing I had run by with you was that I'd held that raffle, and so I collected all this contact information, and now I need to do something with it.
So that's going to be actually submitting it into your contacts. That's not
Put
something that,
everybody in there, and I tagged them with what the event was.
right? Okay, so let's say we want to, there you go, that's perfect. So we want to, I hope they do not mind, I'll have to work around it.
Renee,
So-
you're okay, yeah.
I'll work around it. I know this is special. That's cute. I love it. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, now that makes me feel bad. I'm about to take away y'all. Come on now. All right. Oh, man, come on now. We'll leave the draw. We'll leave the draw. So you have a raffle. Now you need to take all those contacts and get them added to a smart plan that reminds you to stay up with them, right? So let's say, ooh, that's good. Oh, nice. Making new. And again, y'all on Zoom, I will show you this once we get finished, unless I can actually. Yeah, let me try this. Y'all are going to see my big ugly face for a minute, but I promise it'll be worth it. There you go. Can y'all see the whiteboard okay? Hello, Zoom?
No, I don't see a whiteboard.
Oh,
Can't
Just create new spark.
that's my bad. Sorry about that. All right, so it's there. Can you see that okay?
This is very small.
Okay, well, all right, so yeah, we're just gonna have to work through this. Like I said, I'll show you all whenever I get finished up with it. I'll actually roll it over there so you can see exactly what we did. Follow along from home if you want. Take out a piece of paper and as I'm writing, write it down. That might be a better way for you to do it. So we're going to call this our, excuse my awful handwriting, raffle smart plan follow up. And well, really, you know what? No. These people will just go on a normal, yeah, they'll just go on a normal smart plan that you would use, like that 36 touch, something like that. That'd be perfect. The only difference would be that you would add a task to text them or email them, hey, thank you so much for putting your name in the raffle. I wish you the best of luck on winning it. That just came apart. So your first task, let's say day 1, okay? Text. Thanks. Basically all you really need. Hey, thank you for putting in your name in the raffle, okay? So now we want to delay it, let's say, when will your raffle come out?
It already happened.
Okay, so how many days from the time that you started it to the time that you chose the person? How many days was that?
4.
4 days? All right, so day 1, whenever everybody gets their name in, right? So the last name comes in, you add everybody to a smart plan. Says, hey, thank you for putting your name in there. Let's delay. Four days. So you do your raffle, right? You find out who won, send out a congratulations to whoever the winner is. Everybody else goes to day 5. So day 5, you'll have, let's say you want to send out an email. Thanks again for putting your name on the raffle. I apologize that however you want to handle that. I don't really, what would you say? Sorry you didn't win. Basically, I'd still love to keep up with you for the next one. Yeah, it'd be something that simple. So email, sorry, better luck next time. And that gives them the incentive to allow you to keep texting them, because there will be a next time that we do a raffle and their names can go in it, right? So you want them to, or they want to know when that next raffle is going to be. So that's going to give you the reason to keep reaching out to them. Of course, follow the guidelines. Don't do anything illegal. You need permission to reach out to these people. If they put their name in your raffle, that's basically them raising their hand, so you're good to go. So day 5, email, sorry, better luck next time. So let's say we want to delay, delay 15 days. Okay. And we are going to say on day 16 or on day, I'm sorry, 20, on day 20, we want to call everybody. Would you call everybody? I haven't done a raffle, so what did you do? What's your next follow-up plan for those people that you put in those raffles?
I would probably just be putting up something like a, happy spring
Okay.
or around like, a particular holiday.
So what we could actually do, and this is how you integrate SmartPlans into SmartPlans. So day 5, after you send out the email that says, hey, I'm sorry, your name wasn't chosen, that kind of thing, I'll obviously be heartfelt about it. You are going to put them on at SmartPlan. Let's say holidays, okay? They want to be contacted on every holiday. So it'll automatically send out an email to them every holiday that passes. Happy Veterans Day, Happy Easter, Happy Memorial Day, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, that kind of thing. So you could also add them to your, let's say you make another smart plan for the next raffle, right? Keeping everybody up to date. When's that next raffle going to be?
Next March.
Next March, okay. So add to, that's an M. Next raffle claim. You can delay that to send out in 365 days or well, so next March, so we can set it to delay out to 300 days or 330 days. I'm not good at math. Well, I'm a realtor. So we'll do that right now. So we'll actually walk through creating this smart plan that we laid out here. This is the best way to do it. I'm not good at looking at a computer and being able to, it's overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. The best way to do it that I found is to actually write out what you want to do and go step by step, task by task, and then transfer that over. So, hey Zoom, can y'all see this at all?
No,
No,
All right, so, yeah, I'm not rolling that all the way over there. Just follow along whenever we make this and it'll become clearer, I guarantee you. All right. Okay, hey Zoom, can y'all see that?
yes,
Okay, perfect. So again, we're going to go back to our Smart Plans tab over here on the left. It's the fourth one down. We're gonna go over here to our Smart Plans tab, create new Smart Plan. So that's going to be our, yeah, we'll name it raffle follow-up.
Where did you find that again? I'm sorry.
The Smart Plan,
Where did
so
you-
that's over to the left on your,
Okay, for some
so,
reason.
yep, on your screen.
Yeah,
What's that?
I thought your cursor was over on the right.
Oh, no, yeah, right down here at Smart Plans. And then you'll click create, which will be in your upper right hand corner of your this box here. Good to go. Okay, perfect. Our first task, what's that?
I said that was a silent
Yeah.
yes.
All right, so our actions are over here to the right. These are basically your cream and well, basically how smart plans work all together is going to be through your action. Create task. That is going to be basically where you can tell it to do whatever you want it to. It's not going to be automated. This is something that you have to do. Your priority level is where it's going to sit in your list for the day of tasks to do. The higher the priority, so the red one, the higher the priority, the further up in your task for the day it's going to sit, because those are the ones that absolutely need to get done. I would say this is a pretty big priority one, letting them know that their name is in that raffle. It's going to be drawn through. Good luck, you know. So we'll go ahead and delete this one. And let's have it automatically send out a text. We're busy, right? We're going to send out a text. Hey, so now this little guy right here, the little F inside the brackets, do we all see that? Yeah. Okay. That is where all of your automatic entries are going to be. So contact first name, that's going to take the first name of your contact and put it wherever in this text box it is. So contact first name. So this is going to be under my contact, right? So it'll be, hey, TJ. Or let's say you're sending this to Billy Bob that put in for your raffle. So it would be, hey, Billy Bob. Thanks so much for entering the raffle for a home warranty. Cool, awesome.
What did you click for that, for the drop down? I didn't see that.
So that's this little guy right over here, the F inside the brackets. You click that and you'll have a drop down box that has like your first, last name, contact email. So this is whenever, this is why, this is the part that's so important that you add all this information into your contact. It's going to pull from the information that we put in at the very beginning to actually fill these out. So the email that I put in there, whenever I hit contact.email, and that'll come into play later, a little bit later. Whenever we hit contact.email, it will put their email in there. We hit contact.phone, it'll put their phone number in. Birthday, it'll put their birthday in. So let's say we're setting a task to say happy birthday to somebody on this date. We would use contact.birthday to do so. Same thing with home anniversary. This would be for so hey, Billy Bob, this is agent first name, agent last name. So that's going to see or use my name up here, Thomas Fortner, and put it into these brackets. So you'll have Thomas and Fortner. Thanks so much for entering the home. There was a warranty for the raffle for your home warranty. I will be in touch.
I'm sorry. I was in my own world typing.
No, you're fine.
my Message. So how do I add the email again? The little man thingy up?
Yeah, so right here, you don't have to add the email. It'll automatically email them whenever, or so this is going to be the text. This is the
So it
email.
will pick up their number.
It will automatically pick up their number. You don't have to tell it to do that. Whenever you set the text, it'll grab their text. If you send email and you set it to automatically do so, it will send it to the email that it pulled out.
But this is only if you have that Twilio account.
So there's Twilio, for emails, it's MailChimp. There's one other for text. I'll look into that and let you know. I know there's 2 for text and then 2 for emails as well. I use Twilio. I found it's been the most seamless. It's been perfectly fine. Every time I tell it to do something, it does it. Same thing with MailChimp. It's always been fine. Unfortunately, we can't just yet send it from your phone, like add your phone into it and then send it directly from your phone. You have to go through a third-party service to do so. I'm not sure if they're working on that, but hopefully one day we'll see it.
So in Twilio, if they reply to you, does that show up on your phone?
It shows up
Or in the
on,
system?
it shows up in command. You'll see here. Well, you're not going to see that actually.
Okay.
We haven't
so
sent
that-
any out lately.
Yeah.
It'll
okay.
show up in here. I don't think it goes to your phone now that I think about it. I believe it only comes back to the bell icon. So we send out that email thanking them for entering the raffle. We're going to set our delay. This is going to be how many days it's going to take for it to give you the next task. So for hours, it was 4 days, okay?
Hopefully,
We want-
should I be putting a signature on the message part of it?
You could, yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise, aren't they just getting a random text going, who? Wait a
Well,
minute.
he could
So it
use
comes from your number.
Okay.
It should come from your actual phone number, if I'm remembering
Well,
correctly.
you said this is. blank.
Yeah, and so you'll also have, this is agent dot first name, agent dot last
My
name.
little F drop
We'll
down
be able
doesn't
to
say
put in a-
agent name.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me that option.
It doesn't give you
No,
it? Hmm.
not because
Are you on a team account?
I am not.
No,
Would you be
So-
able to put in a picture? You should be.
no, it will not allow you to do pictures on text, no. On emails, yes. So our next one, we'll set up an email. Yeah, so day 5 is going to be an email. So we'll delay 4 days, okay? So day 5, we want to send out an email. Hey, I'm sorry, you didn't win, whatever it may be. What's that? Sorry, better luck next time. Obviously, you want to actually say that to somebody, but. So this is where you can actually add in. Yes, so you can actually add in a design. And that's where you can have your face on there and everything. These will be set up in the designs portion, which we'll have a class on as well. Just because there's so much to cover, we'd be here for like 3 hours if I tried to cover all of this. I might even have one in there.
So would that be like an email signature?
The design, so
Yeah.
that would be, let's say, we'll jump it, well. So basically your designs is anything that you create, so,
Let's do
okay, we will do this real quick. We'll jump over here to designs, just bear with me, Zoom. All right, come on now. So this is an example of,
Yes.
yeah, so this is an example of what a design's email could look like. It would actually send this to them. And then you'll have your first and last name here, your picture, agent number, mobile number, website, all of that kind of stuff. Down at the bottom, you can add images in. If you send out an email, I highly recommend just taking the time to create a design for an email instead of sending out a generic one. It looks a lot better, looks a lot more professional. You can get your message across a lot better that I've found than just a generic, thank you for entering the rap, or whatever the case may be. Again, we'll touch on this more in the next class. We'll definitely make sure we dive into that.
But
I just
any
wanted to-
design you created, you could insert there.
As long as it's an email design, you can't use a like
Flyer.
a print design. Yeah, you can't use that. So like here you can see we've made flyers. You can't put a flyer into there, just make it too big and it when it's sent.
Yeah.
So as long as it's an email format, an email layout. So real quick, just to touch on it, you have right there, email, and then continue, and it'll give you everything that you can use in that email. So you're not having to guess and try to figure it out yourself.
So ultimately, we have to go in and doctor all of these things ourselves. There's nothing already created, ready to go.
There are, so let's say search
I'm sorry if
design.
I'm getting you off track, please don't.
No, you're fine. You're good. If y'all have time, I have time. I'm booked out till like 3 o'clock. So if y'all are good, once 1 o'clock rolls by, then we'll continue moving along. If y'all have somewhere to be, you can definitely take off and watch the video later. Everybody good? Okay, perfect. I think I underestimated how long this class would be, but yeah, I mean, since we're here, we'll go ahead and dive into it. So we want to use emails, okay? So you do already have some created for you. Let me move this out of the way. Yeah, you have a few that, let's see. Sorry, y'all, trying to remember how to get to it. It's import. Yeah, so you can choose a template. Well, all right, so let me, and there we
I
go.
know you off track.
There we go. All right, there it is.
God, Lisa.
You said,
Jeez, Louise.
Drinks on me.
Marty, suddenly I'm not busy.
And I don't know how many people have tried this, but they are nice and pretty. The KW.
Oh, they're
I mean,
fantastic.
I didn't do it for a year and a half. I thought, just try it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
because I was creating stuff in Canva.
And then you have to move it
and
over
put
and
the
do all
Canva-
that,
yeah,
right?
and these things are really nice. And neat.
I mean, you have where you can actually upload your own assets, like logos, for example. We have all of our logos in there, our QR codes. I don't want to get into this too much because it's going to leave y'all super confused. We need to actually do a class for this part just because it's so powerful, everything that it can do. And now I gotta figure out how to get back out of this.
Sorry.
No, the bar is up at the top, kind of like blocking me. All right, yeah, we're going to do it this way. All right, so jumping back into getting back on track. Thank you, Lisa.
Sorry. Run in my office.
No, you're all good. So yeah, so we set our delay 4 days. So on day 5, we want to send our email, right? Sorry, better luck next time.
Loser.
Loser, yeah. So this is basically where you can, again, send out a special design, send out a generic email. And this, you can have it say whatever you want, right? So let's say now that we told them, sorry, better luck next time, we want to go ahead and add them to a smart plan, right? So now we want to get them over to our 36 touch. That will automatically add them to that smart plan so that they transfer over and it starts reminding you to reach out to them and to follow up with all of these new contacts that you've made, including calling them to get more information, introducing yourself a little bit further, depending on how much of a conversation you had whenever they were putting in the raffle. Yeah, it just, you can really make it go full circle from one smart plan to another. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions on that part? No? Okay, perfect. So what is another smart plan that y'all would like to see? I know I mentioned a post close earlier. Is that one that y'all think would be useful? Okay, so I have one already set up. I'll just kind of show you that one for right now, and then we'll actually create one together. So this is one that I just put together. I literally put this together in, I think it was maybe 15 or 20 minutes while I was sitting up here. I was like, I'll go ahead and put this together real quick. So we start on day 1, they finally closed, right? We got to the closing table, and you can make one for sellers. So this one's going to be for a buyer, right? You can make one for a seller. Congratulations on the sale of your home, yada, yada, yada. But for our instance right now, this would be a buyer. So yeah, I don't want to confuse y'all with this just yet. We'll touch on that. So let's go ahead and move over to the the board, and we'll create one together. So post sold buyer 2. And Zoom, if y'all just bear with me, we'll get back to the computer. This is where smart plans really become powerful, reminding you to stay up with the people that you have already closed. Because last thing, like I said at the very beginning, last thing you want is for somebody that you sold a home to now turn around and sell it with somebody else. This is a great way to stay top of mind. So this was going to be post. There you go. Post sold. Buyer. So day 1, day of closing, you want it to automatically congratulations on purchasing your home. I hope y'all were happy, satisfied. Please leave a review if you have any questions. We'll get into all that in just a minute here. But basically, this is your congratulations email, right? So it's the first time that you're reaching out to them as a closed buyer. So congratulations. I hope you're satisfied, happy with the transaction. Please leave a review. This would be a great place to put your review. You use Boomtown, Zillow, whatever it may be, or even on your website, leave a testimonial, that kind of thing. This would be a great place to do it. You can even add a link. I'll show you all how to do do that in just a second here. All right, so congratulations. So let's say day 5, or we'll say day 8, okay? Do y'all send out closing gifts?
Mhm.
Or do you usually give them to them in person?
In person.
Okay, so let's say for this instance, you sent out a closing gift, you had somebody actually deliver it for you. Sorry. So let's say you had somebody deliver it for you. All right, just lost my train of thought, y'all. So you would check in with them, hey, did you receive the closing gift? And again, ask them if they haven't already done so, leave a review, gather some more contact info for them if you haven't, or if you don't have it all. Closing gift. Review. So we'll delay another. So we'll delay another 2 weeks, okay? 14 days. So on day, what would that be, 22? We're gonna check in with them and see how they're enjoying their home so far. Make sure that they're settling in good. Do y'all need anything? Do you need any vendors lined up? Are you gonna start doing any work? Stuff like that, right? So that's gonna be checking again. If they still haven't done it. Ask for review. Now we'll move over to the computer.
Would it be crazy to do 364-day delay and then anniversary?
So that would be,
Okay.
that would be whenever you add them to your home anniversary smart plan.
Oh, there is.
So we can actually set it at the very end. We'll say, so after, sorry, y'all, give me 1 second here. So after you've gone through all of this, you got your review, all of that, right? The smart plan's over. You can set it to where it will automatically, it'll automatically add them to the new smart plan, the home anniversary smart plan, and allow you to keep up with them every year that that anniversary passes. You also set it to like your, sorry, I guess I'm freaking out over here.
No.
Yeah, so you'll add it to your, add them to your follow-up plan, you know, staying in touch with them, making sure that you're calling them and seeing how they're doing, that kind of thing. So this is. All right, so first task, you are going to go ahead and send out an email on day 1. So something else that you can do, and we'll get back to that part. So you can send out an email, and we're going to title it "Congratulations." And again, y'all can do this with me if you'd like. On your home purchase. I hope your transaction went well. And again, this is just trying to save some time here. Hope your transaction went well, or that, I'm sorry, I hope you're satisfied. Geez. And then review me at. Let's say we want to add a link for them to leave us a review, right? So over here, where the little link is, it looks like a handcuff, I guess, or chain links. Yeah, there you go.
What are you thinking?
Hey, I mean, the fact that your mind went there.
Not so much.
Anyways, let's keep it PG. So this is going to be our review, right? So the link title is what's going to show up. So it will say review. And it's at .com. It will automatically give them a hyperlink to click on so that they don't have to copy and paste anything or. Yeah, it's super simple. They click on it, it takes them exactly to where that link that you got. So let's say you use Zillow. So you can get the review link from Zillow, put it in here, and they'll be able to click on it. It'll take them straight to give you a review. So from there, we want to delay, what was it? Delay 7 days, okay? Delay
Have
7
you-
days.
With all these emails so close by or text or something, have you received anything like, oh, please?
No, so this would not be combined with another smart plan at the moment. This would be the first time that they're getting a smart plan from you after closing. I see what you're saying. So like, if you have them on multiple smart plans, it could email them back to back. That's why it's important to make sure that each smart plan has a different purpose. So you wouldn't have them on this one and a 36 touch at the same time. You would have them run through this one first and then delay it however many days and then add them to the new smart plan, which I'll show you how to do that in just a second here.
So at any
So that they're not being inundated by those emails or those texts or whatever the case may be.
So you can remove them from the smart plan at any time.
Absolutely, yep. So once it ends, so once we get to end of smart plan, it ends for them. It will not restart unless you use restart smart plan. Once you hit the bottom, it stops. Unless you also use add to smart plan. So if you use add to smart plan and you get down to the bottom or to the very last part of this one, it'll add them to the next one, which might be your buyer follow-up or your sold follow-up or whatever, you know, just making sure that you're staying up with them and again, not inundating them. You would never make one to where it's like every couple days they're getting an email. They should be hearing from you 3 times a month, right? Anything more than that, you might get, what's that?
I would say at the most.
Yeah, at the most 3 times a month. After that, you kind of become excessive, you know? So that's why it's called like a 36 touch, 3 times a month for 12 months. I feel like that's really more of a nurture kind of thing, like somebody that you might be nurturing to get to buy or to get to sell so that they are constantly staying on the top of your mind. If you noticed in that one where it said in the 36 touch, where it said check on path. So that's whenever you would ask them, hey, do I need to reach out to you more? Do I need to reach out to you less? You can set a task in here to remind you to have that conversation with them. Are you okay with getting the number of texts you're getting or the number of emails? Do you want me to bring it back? You can then edit that smart plan or duplicate it and then edit that smart plan for them, put them on the new one that won't text them quite as much. So like you can really, smart plans is as powerful as your imagination. It can do just about it. Realistically, it can do just about anything that you really need it to. As long as you have a good imagination and you know how to get to where you're going or where you want to go. So we'll delay it for 8 days. And our next one will be closing gift review. So we want to create a task, all right? And we want to make sure that we give them a, what is that not saying? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Losing my mind over here. Make a call. We want to make a call. Make this high priority. Due in today. So on day 8, it'll tell you to go ahead and call them. Closing gift. So basically in your task description, you'll tell, or you'll have what you want to do. So you want to check to see if they received their closing gift. Whatever, okay. And if they haven't already. Review, remind them, hey, can I get a review? And then after that, you would personally send them that link instead of adding another step. It's kind of pointless to do that. But if they haven't already, ask them to give you a review. So we'll delay another. Let's say we want to delay another 14 days, okay?
BJ, quick question. How does
Absolutely.
it tell you to call them? What notification do you?
So
get?
on your dashboard and actually on your phone as well. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so if I jump out of this, I'll show you in a moment here. If I jump out of it right now, it's going to give me a fit because there's still stuff missing.
Right.
But so let's say. What's that? Okay, thank you. So on so 14 days later, we want to call them again. We're going to give them another call. Again, it's going to be high priority due today. We want to check in with them again. See how they're settling in. Do you need anything? Do you need any vendors, that kind of thing? Are you wanting to have work done on the house yet? Whenever you're ready to have work done, let me know. I'll set you up with somebody that'll take care of you, that kind of thing. And again, if they haven't done so yet, ask for a review. Until they do it, keep asking. Hopefully they'll do it on the first time. They usually do, at least for us. Yeah, see how they're settling in. And so at this point, you've basically done your follow-up with that particular buyer that just bought a home. At this point, you're certain they're happy, everything's good to go. So you want to go ahead and add them to a new smart plan. This is where it's going to let's say I'm just going to click raffle follow-up. So let's say you have a smart plan that you're just generic following up smart plan, checking in on your people, seeing how they're doing every couple months or every month or whatever the case may be. So you would switch them over to that smart plan, or if you want to just drop contact and do it yourself and you don't want it continuing on, leave it alone and it'll end it right there. They won't get anything else from you automatically. What's that?
That probably would do the home anniversary.
There you go. Yeah, perfect. So you could actually add them to your follow-up, right? So let's say, never mind that, just consider a follow-up. Okay, so you want to add them to your follow-up and then also add them to your home anniversary. And your birthday. So you can call them whenever their birthday comes up, if you don't already have it set to do so within that other smart plan. I don't think you can just yet set birthdays in. You pretty much have to use a Keller Williams smart plan to do that. What's up?
It doesn't violate any spam conduct or anything like it, even them.
As long as you're keeping communications open, no. If they stop communicating with you altogether and you have seen that it's been, I'll have to brush up on how many days, but let's say it's been a whole year and they haven't responded not once. That's pretty much your cue that you may want to, like if you've called them and you've texted them and everything, trying to follow up with them, see how they're doing, then it might be best to go ahead and pull them off of it just so that you don't get on their nerves. Typically, they will let you know if it's too much, you know, if they want you to pull back, stop following up so much, you'll be able to tell just from.
There is no for them the way to opt out, like.
Yes, they will have an opt-out. So anytime you get an email from anything having to do with Keller Williams, you will have a way to opt out.
Automatically will be. The way to opt.
Yeah, they'll have a, let's see, we'll actually do this. So I want to touch on one last part and then we'll actually test this for ourselves so you can see exactly how it goes out to people. So let's say, so now that we're done, you click save. Oh, that's right. So it will tell you that you can't add somebody to multiple smart plans on one day. So you'll have to add in a delay. You'll move your delay up.
They have to be dealer. Between the tasks.
Right, exactly. It just has to be at least one day delay between adding somebody to a
Oh, that
smart
makes
plan.
sense, okay.
Right. And then we'll do another delay. And it should let us. Let's get rid of that. Should let us save. Now, what's really cool about this that I love, and that's part of the automation. What's so great about smart plans, you can add a trigger event. So we should be tagging our people, right? Are y'all doing that? Tags are huge. They're super powerful. And this is one of the ways that they're so powerful. So closed buyer. So whenever you put in that tag that says that you've closed that buyer, so closed buyer, closed seller, whatever the tag may be, it will automatically add them to the smart plan so that you don't have to go in and do that. So meaning, once you do that, right? Once you get down to the bottom, it'll automatically add them to
That
your.
this will be automatically added to every time we close with somebody.
Exactly. So you don't have to go in here and assign the smart plan to this buyer or that buyer or whatever. It'll see these tags. Now it won't do it. Anytime somebody was tagged, like let's say you set this up today, right? And you already had people tagged through that tag. If they were already set up before the smart plan was created, it will not automatically add them. So you'll have to go in and which it's not really useful if they've been sold for a while, right? So there's really no point to do it that way, but you could always go back and delete their tag and then re-tag them and it'll automatically add them to it. Not really much of a point, but yeah, that's what's so great about it is, so you add them to this one and then they'll automatically add them to the birthday smart plan and your home anniversary, so you can keep up with them whenever that 365 days rolls around. Happy home anniversary, send them a flower, or whatever the case may be. And then also happy birthday, all of that. So now to answer.
Triggers.
What's that?
How do you add new triggers?
So up here at the very top.
But on stuff there.
So first you have to complete your smart plan. So once you're done with everything, you'll come up here and hit save. Whenever you're happy with it, you'll hit save. And then it'll open up the triggers part for you. So you can add a new trigger.
So in your case, it's just that pen, and then you can
Right.
add another trigger.
Yep. Or you can click here, add new.
I don't have closed buyers. I just got ball.
So that's the tag that you have to make.
Make, yeah.
So yeah, you have
Your
to
own
create
tag.
your own tag and then
Okay, that's what I meant to add. I need to make your own tag.
okay, so we'll jump over here to contacts. Find my contact. Oh. And if I'm moving too fast, please let me know. So you'll go into the contact that you want to add a new tag to. And sorry, losing my mind. Scroll down to tags. So closed. Let's say we want to add a closed seller, okay? So you see it's not populating there. There's no tag with that name.
Oh.
You can hit create custom tag. You can even change the color. Like if it's one that you want to stand out, like it's a very important tag, set it to red. It will pop out at you every time. Like let's say somebody's told you do not call me again and you haven't deleted their contact yet or archived it, then you could put do not call. In fact, I think we have one that says I do not call, and you can set it in red so that you do not make the mistake of calling that person. and getting a complaint against you. Because if they tell you to stop, you have to stop. You don't have that choice. So you'll click the color you want. And then click add, and it'll automatically make that tag for you. And then you can add it to other contacts as well. The only thing is that you have to have permissions to do that. So you have to have, I want to say it's, I think it's enhanced. It has to be at least enhanced permissions, which if you're on a team and you're not like a new agent or something like that, you should have it. If you're on a team, ask your team leader what your permissions are, like what you're allowed to do, and then it'll allow you to create tags. Unlimited permissions, you can do whatever you want, basically. You have free reign with the command. So if you ever see something that's not popping up, more than likely it's because you don't have permissions to use that from your team leader for whatever reason.
So TJ, what is your system, I guess, for closed buyers? So the day of closing, do you go in there and add that tag to that buyer? I mean,
Absolutely.
you do it-
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, remember.
We don't do it as much as we need to, which is something that I'm working on as well.
Right.
So that's the thing, like I'm tech trainer, but I'm also tech learner as well. So I'm learning along with you and then passing on my knowledge as I learn new things and as I figure new things out. You'll see videos come out. I'm going to start like really pumping them out as much as possible. Whenever I find something new, I'll make a short video. I'll try my best to keep it under 10 minutes. Typically, we want to do 5 to 7. Just because I know we're all busy, short attention spans as well. And so you can easily see that video, digest it, and then go and put that into your business as well. If it's something that I'm like, oh, that's super interesting. Like I'll make one for downloading all your contacts into Command. Now on our apps on our phone, you can hit a button, it'll take all of your contacts from your phone and automatically populate all of that information into your command for you. And if it sees that you already have somebody in there with that email, it won't do it. So you're not going to have multiple contacts with the same name, same email, same phone number, all that kind of stuff.
And I think within the Keller Williams webpage, there's an education portion.
Yep, on the,
that they
yeah,
have videos on different.
that is another fantastic resource.
Yeah, YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube can be tough, just because anybody can make videos on it. They might not be a tech trainer, so it can become kind of convoluted at times. I think the education tab is one of the best because those are videos that are actually put out by Keller Williams officials, you know, like tech trainers. Our regional tech trainer, Sydney Seymour, has some amazing videos out there. I'll post those to the page as well, so that y'all have that resource to go back and look at. But if y'all ever do have questions, my email is always open. I think right now it's showing like tjsalesnc@gmail.com. Have y'all seen that? No, okay. I'll have them update my email to my Keller Williams email so that whenever one of you or whoever is in our firm sends me an email about tech related stuff, it doesn't get mixed in with business and take me a little while to respond. I try to keep my response times to under a day, 2 hours at max typically. So if y'all ever have questions, please reach out. I'd be happy to help.
TJ, this is my last question.
Hey, I love it. I
Is
love
there
questions.
any-
Please ask them all.
Do you see that they open that email or?
Let's find out. We'll actually do this right now together. So we'll create. Oh, actually, let's not create.
Because you know how in Matrix, they will say, you know, the last time they visited, you know, the one home. you know.
Right. So, real quick, while I'm over here, you have another one that you can make. So like I said, it's limited to your imagination. If there's something that you need to happen, you can make it. So let's say you have a transaction coordinator and they want a smart plan made that will remind them to reach out to the lender to find out about the appraisal, reach out to the attorney, send addendas and packages, you know, like if you have addendas being made, instead of sending one after another, send them all at the same time, maybe, I don't know, depends on how you want to run your business. You could do something like that as well. So it'd be a great resource for your transaction coordinators as well to make sure that they're staying on top of it, so that they don't have to keep a notebook or anything like that. That's the whole purpose of this system, is to help get rid of all the bulk that we carry as real estate agents, trying to remember all of these things. I see you laughing back there, so you know.
Binder that if I lose it, I'm dead.
Yeah, I have quite a few notebooks. I have one sitting in front of me. I'm just like, my daughter went to write. Yeah,
Actually lost one before and looked like bald.
yeah. That's what command fixes. That is,
Try again.
Yeah, yes, 2 times cry.
that's the whole point of command. And now that it's on our phones, that folder or that binder is now going to be in your phone. I have another class I'll be doing in the next couple weeks called Your Business in Your Pocket. That is all about this.
At a certain age, yeah, we like to do stuff old school.
So that's the thing though, they've made it and they are working on making it so.
This big, you sleep at night because you cannot physically go back to page 1 and go all the way back through. That is crazy stuff.
That's what this fixes.
Yeah.
And I do consultations where if you are having a problem, if you're having problems like getting overwhelmed by it, I'll sit down with you and get a plan together to where we chip away at it 1 week at a time. You know, you might need to do 100 contacts a week or whatever. It goes at your pace, but it will eventually get in here so that you stop worrying about it so much. And you don't have to worry about losing that binder and freaking out and losing sleep over it. Now it's in your phone. If your phone gets broken, your next phone, download the app, it's all back there, right? So it's just, as long as the world doesn't burn, we're good.
Power grid goes down, we're all screwed anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about selling houses if that happens, because we'll all be dead, but no, this is still recording too, so.
I told you I can't record my teaching.
I blame Mary. She's the one she's the one that wanted me to. All right, so we'll do a test. I guess I deleted my last one, but we'll actually send an email to my email right now. So email. So we'll do 2 actually. So this is a test. And then we'll just throw in.
All I know about this command crap is it's yelling at me, telling me I have 156 things passing due.
Yeah.
Honestly, so what I would do is come over here to this little button and restart. Restart at that point, like.
Tech teacher said.
Mine's got 76. I'm doing all right.
Go, girl.
Well, so that's not going to get rid of them. It's going to make it to where you can basically restart and start from.
Every
step
time
one.
I get upset, I just hit.
Restart.
There, go. Oh, got it.
Yeah, that's the goal. My goal is to make it accessible and easy for everybody. Which is why I was trying to, I hopefully, do y'all think I conveyed today pretty well?
Yes.
Like trying to, okay, I was nervous. I know I'm like tripping over my words and everything. It's my first class ever.
No, you
So I'm
did
like,
great.
I'm trying, okay.
It's
Thank
no
y'all.
small feat to teach either, so.
Yeah, that's
give
why I was
yourself
like,
some grace, because we're all like.
I told
looking at
Trisha
everything you
yesterday.
say. At least I am. I'm like, what? You
Yeah.
know what now? Huh?
my vendor pulled out, we were supposed to have tacos for y'all, and the vendor pulled out, so I called Trisha yesterday, freaking out. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, it's coming.
Like, she was like, Trisha's amazing. She was just like, dude, you're overthinking it. Just do the class. I was like, all right, we're
You
good.
did fantastic.
I'm really upset
We're good.
there's not pocket.
Who pulled out? TJ, who pulled out? We want to know who not to.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, wait, you're still recording. Okay, when you turn it off.
Did you see something?
Oh, boy. No, so it's not one of our vendors here at Keller Williams. It's one of our personal vendors. So, yeah.
Wow.
What just happened?
That's what I say every time I open this up.
I can never get it to think.